Hey guys, I am BlackOps and welcome yourselves back to another zombies video on my channel. Today for you I have the teaser for Der Eisendrache. Now although it doesn't seem to show us any gameplay of the map itself, it does give us some background about Nikolai. Treyarch themselves on their YouTube page have called this trailer Nikolai's Memories, and for good reason. It gives us some awesome background of Nikolai's past. So let's get straight into the content. If you are excited for Der Eisendrache, don't forget to leave a like rating. Here we go.
It is said that it is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. I feel differently. Regret can consume a man so deeply that it will blacken his heart and swallow his soul.
So my good friend Nikolai seems to be, well, depressed. He starts talking about his past. Take a look at the background and where the character seems to actually be. He seems like he's in some kind of frozen forest. Now, this could be a few things depending on however you want to look at it. One, it could be Der Eisendrache. We know that map is going to be set in the snowy mountains in the Austria Alps, so it could be that. You could also link it to the zombies main menu loading screen. We're not sure where that is set, but the background looks very similar. Also, the same actions are being used and the zombies are ignoring Nikolai, just like they are in the main zombies menu. And you could also say some coding we got before Black Ops 3 actually came out told us that there will be a frozen forest within Black Ops 3. This could be that frozen forest, and we also know from the coding that this is a place where the characters will come to think about their past memories. This is a place where they can't be hurt by zombies or any enemies, demons or whatever. Nothing can come into these characters' lives while they are at this forest. It's a place for them to come for peace, I guess you could say. Well, that's the reason it's called Nikolai's Memories. He is thinking about his past. He says, they say it is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. And he starts going on about regret. Nikolai seems to be regretting his past.
Many battles, many wars. I lost only one. We have seen impossible things, cheated death countless times.
So what is Nikolai going on about? And I've got an awesome theory behind this. Make sure you stay until the end of the video. I am very excited. But he says he has fought many wars, but he has lost only one. What is Nikolai going on about? As far as we know, Nikolai hasn't really lost any war. I mean, the zombies war, I guess you could count that. But he's still going through it as far as we know. He's still in that process. He also says he has cheated death countless times, which, okay, yes, maybe he has. I mean, he could have been killed by the zombies countless times, and he says he's also seen impossible things, which again, in the zombie storyline, a lot of what we actually do could be counted as impossible, but nevertheless, Nikolai has actually gotten through it. So what is he going on about? What is on Nikolai's mind?
I can no longer deny the possibility of an unseen power, a guiding hand, helping us to fulfill our destiny. My path is chosen. Our fate is sealed. But the innocent, the children, those untainted by darkness and chaos, they can find a better tomorrow.
Nikolai again says he can no longer deny the possibility of an unseen power before saying, you know, he can't deny the possibility of a higher power. It would seem that Nikolai before never believed in any of this higher power stuff, you know, more powerful gods and stuff like that. Nikolai didn't believe in any of that, but now in the trailer something has happened in between them from Origins up until now, this trailer, that has made Nikolai change his mind. He says a guiding hand helping him or us to decide our fate and destiny. He says his fate, his path has already been sealed. What has happened to Nikolai? He then finishes off by saying, but those, the children, they can still be saved, basically. They can still find the right path where they're not untainted by all of this darkness. He talks about the children. The only reference we have to the children is the two children from Origins, which is Samantha and Eddie, where we actually get a lot of references to them within Black Ops 3 Zombies, especially on Richtofen's note. As you can see right here, it says the children will be safe in the house. Nikolai in this cutscene is concerned about the children. We know Takio has had visions about these children in the house, and Richtofen also knows about them as well. Nikolai is saying these children still have a chance to go down the right path, while Nikolai's fate has already been chosen. It would seem that he has already gone down the wrong path. There is no way back for him. So what path has Nikolai gone down? What has happened to Nikolai in between, well, since we last saw him or in the start of Origins, up until now in this cutscene. When is this cutscene actually taking place? I think I actually have an awesome theory behind this, which I will get into in just a second, so make sure you are staying tuned. But notice this is the Origins version of Nikolai. Any past events using him as, you know, the old version of him won't have happened, so you kind of have to forget that. And also notice this isn't Nikolai when he is drunk. We know him being drunk a lot of time. Origins Nikolai actually wasn't a drunk back then. In his early years, his personality was actually completely different to the original Nikolai that we know. In this cutscene, he's actually very intelligent and actually gets along with his other teammates. And it's also worth noting that in Origins, Nikolai was actually the most concerned character about Samantha. When she began to speak, he was the most concerned about her safety, more than any of the other 3 characters. Now, getting onto my main theory, I really do think this could be possible, but you have to put everything together and really think about it. So, if you are enjoying the video so far, as always, drop a like rating, show some support, let's get this out to everyone, and let's carry on with the video. So notice this cutscene is very different to anything we've seen before. It is literally called Nikolai's Memories. Memories mean, you know, something you are thinking back on, good or bad. Although looking at this cutscene, it would seem bad. It's a very dark cutscene. We first off see the trees at the start, all nice and bright. The sun is shining, they have leaves on them. Then suddenly a second later, everything turns dark and Nikolai starts talking. We see zombies in the background. They are ignoring Nikolai, something we really wouldn't have seen before. Now, I said at the start of the video, this could be a forest where the characters come to think about their previous events. Nothing can harm them in this place. Well, think about what Nikolai actually says in this video. Nikolai says that he regrets a lot of things. In fact, regret can blacken a man's heart. He also talks about himself as if he almost doesn't exist. We know he's talking about himself because he's thinking back on his memories, so it would be in past tense, but the way he's saying it, maybe you know what I'm getting at right now, but if not, we'll go into it even more. He says that many times he has cheated death. He also says that he has gone through many wars, but this one war he hasn't actually won. As far as we know, he has not lost any wars, so what has Nikolai lost? Why has Nikolai cheated death so many times? The way he says that straight after he says that one war he has lost makes it seem like this time he hasn't actually got to cheat death. So if we go over to Shadows of Evil, we have had quite a few ciphers within that map that we can actually link over to this. The first one, Red, when decoded, said, although they have discovered the way, premise will fail. Now, where have we heard premise before in Call of Duty Zombies? That is, of course, in Origins. We actually got this image. You can see it is our 4 original characters standing there holding up the elemental staffs on a rock. It seems we have people, or maybe zombies, bowing down to them. It looks like people more than zombies. And we can also see underneath it says premise. Premise means first, so this image is telling us this is our first original 4 characters. This is our first zombies crew. So again, going back to the cipher, it says, although they have discovered the way, our original crew will fail. And if I do sound tired, it's because I've just woken up the next day to record this and finish it off. But anyway, going back to the giant, we know that Richtofen in that map wants the other characters to kill themselves. We can see on his note it says, I must convince the others there is no other way. They all must die, or we all must die. Now, Richtofen has killed himself in the giant, the part where Richtofen started to go bad and where this all started. He has killed that version of himself. He wants the other characters to actually do that. Now, I want you to take a look at these quotes, take a listen, and I'll be back after.
When did you last check? We were allies in all 3 world wars! Richtofen seems to think he has some kind of plan. When Richtofen speaks of putting things right, do you think he has found a way to end this nightmare? Maybe there is a way to end all of this. To return to our homes, our old lives, our families. As a Russian, I know how to endure, how to survive. Dare I hope for something more than that? German, I will keep asking until I get an answer. What are we doing here? Your words are empty. Your soul is hollow. How could you ever hope to put things right? We are allies only because of our situation. We will not fight shoulder to shoulder forever, Richtofen. You can never wash away the blood on your hands, Richtofen. You are an evil that must be stopped.
So we already know what Richtofen's plan is going to be throughout Black Ops 3, but it would seem that Nikolai has his own ideas of going about things. It seems that he has his own plan, and finally he just wants to go back to his family, go back to his home. That's all Nikolai really wants. He's only fighting with these other characters because he really has no other choice to put things right. Nikolai needs to listen to what Richtofen says for now, but essentially he is going about things his own way. So now I've got all the evidence, let me tell you what I actually think. Again, you can have your own ideas in the comment section below. I would love to hear them, and let me know who is your favourite Zombies character that we've seen all throughout Call of Duty Zombies. Anyway, I'm going to give it to you straight. I think that Nikolai may be dead within this video. This is showing that Nikolai is, well, dead or in some kind of purgatory. Listen to it. We've got this background of Nikolai just sitting here in this frozen forest. The zombies are ignoring him. The undead are ignoring Nikolai. These people that are supposed to be dead, but, you know, they're zombies. They're called the undead. Nikolai is being ignored by them, which shows that maybe he could be in a similar state or something like that. We have Nikolai in this frozen forest thinking back on his past memories. He's talking about himself as if he didn't exist or he doesn't exist any longer. He's also saying that he has cheated death many times, which is kind of hinting towards maybe this time he hasn't. He talks about many wars he has won, but one war he has lost. This one war he has lost that has caused him to, well, die. He talks about his soul being empty and his heart being blackened, again relating to death. He talks about the children, how he wants them to have a better future and a better path than Nikolai actually did. And then we have the Shadows of Evil cipher, where it says, although they have discovered the way premise will fail, our original 4 characters will fail. Nikolai was part of that. Somewhere down the line, he has failed. This could all be leading up to the final DLC, or giving us kind of like a hint towards what's going to be happening in the final DLC. And probably the biggest thing is, if we actually go over to the zombies menu, and we actually see this loading screen where we have this frozen forest in the background with the zombies ignoring them. Besides from seeing Nikolai, we can also see the Shadows of Evil characters sometimes. We know the Shadows of Evil characters are dead. Maxis has already said in a radio in that map that they will be trapped in this universe. Maxis is going to destroy that universe, which essentially decides the fate of the Shadows of Evil characters. God damn it, my pizza is done. But anyway, it's very, very interesting. I've given you guys all of this evidence. I would like to know what you think about it in the comment section below, but I really think it could be hinting towards Nikolai being dead. I mean, what other state, what else is this cutscene showing? We keep seeing this frozen forest in the game, but yet we have no explanation behind it. Also take note, there is a house we keep seeing within this cutscene for Nikolai. Now, it doesn't look like Samantha's house that we've seen before. It looks like something else, but I can't quite put my finger on it. So if you have any ideas as to where this house could be, let me know in the comment section below. So there we go, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. I have been BlackOpsAmazing. Hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, take a second out of your time, drop me a like rating. That's really the best thing you could do, and I really do appreciate any support that you guys give to me. What is your favourite character in Call of Duty Zombies? I want to know that. Just comment your favourite character, whether it's in the Shadows of Evil, the original crew, maybe the Mob of the Dead crew. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. And also, what do you think's going on here? Is this showing Nikolai being dead? Is he in some kind of hell or purgatory or afterlife? Maybe in the Middle Earth? Let me know in the comments, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in another video. Goodbye.